In today's video, we'll be taking a look at this forgotten Sandaconda. Shout out to Chanyoung9027 for this deck building challenge. What makes this Sandaconda interesting is basically its attack Sandstorm Spray. For an expensive 3 fighting and 1 colorless energy, discard 2 energies from this Pokemon, and when you do, your opponent shuffles their active Pokemon and all attached cards into their deck. So the easiest way I could get this to work is with GARCHOMP EX. It has the attack Hydro Lander. For 1 fighting energy, it deals 160 damage, after which you attach up to 3 fighting energy from the discard pile to your benched Pokemon in any way you want. Not only does it deal a decent amount of damage, it can also help us to accelerate energy onto Sandaconda. And even though GARCHOMP EX is a stage 2, we can easily evolve it thanks to Irida, which can help us get a GARCHOMP EX card and a rare candy. I've settled in with just using Avery, which works pretty well. Your opponent has to discard a Pokemon from their bench until they only have 3 left, and you also get to draw 3 cards. Naturally, your opponent would leave behind only their important Pokemon, and those will be Sandaconda's main targets, either to completely eliminate their attackers or to eliminate their support Pokemon. That will be the main strategy for this build. As a secondary attacker, I also have this Lucario. It has the Roaring Resolve ability. Once during your turn, you can put 2 damage counters on this Pokemon, and if you do, you can search your deck for a basic fighting energy and attach it to this Pokemon. This ability is very helpful for getting our energies out into play and into the discard pile so that GARCHOMP EX can accelerate them to our Sandaconda. But not only that, if you stack enough energies onto this Lucario, you can also deal massive damage thanks to its attack Aura Sphere Volley. Starting with 2 fighting energies, this attack deals 10 plus damage, and you have to discard all fighting energies attached to this Pokemon, and for each of those energies you discarded, you deal 60 more damage to this attack. With GARCHOMP EX, we have a chunky Pokemon that can survive other strong matchups and doubles as a great energy accelerator. So let's ask the question, can Sandaconda be a useful asset to this build? Let's find out. Anyways, that's pretty much it. You can find the complete deck list in the description below, and now please enjoy the following gameplay videos showcasing Sandaconda. Alright, so in this matchup, I'm going to start with a Mew EX in the active spot. We got Gible and also Silicobra on our bench. And thankfully, we have Battle VIP Pass to start as well. And get us 2 more basic Pokemon from our deck onto our bench. And my opponent will start with a Charmander in their active spot. We are going against Charizard EX. And as you know, Charizard EX is one of the best cards in the game right now. It has a lot of HP and late game, it can deal a lot of damage. My opponent will set up another Charmander on their bench and a Rotom V. And they will end their turn by using Instant Charge ability, drawing them 3 cards. Alright, so now it's our turn. We have Battle VIP Pass. We have Bidoof. And I'm going to get another Gible. And since we can use Irida, I can actually use Irida to just grab rare candy. We have GARCHOMP EX in our hand already, so we could evolve that next turn. We have Ultra Ball. And I'll just get Manaphy, because against Charizard EX, we don't really need Manaphy. So what I'm going to do is just fodder it off. I'll discard those 2, and I think I'll get Riolu. Because once we evolve this into Lucario, we can start charging it up, and then we can attack with it, but definitely get those energies out and into the discard pile. So with Mew EX restart ability, we got 1 energy, and we don't really want to leave this Mew EX in the active spot, because if my opponent evolves into Charizard EX next turn, they can get 2 prizes for that. So I'll just sacrifice my Gible, and I'll attack for 20 against this Charmander. And my opponent will be using Arven to get rare candy and a choice belt. They will evolve into a Charmeleon, and all they need is to search for a Charizard EX if they don't have it already, and they can evolve their active and they can energize it for sure. So there's the Ultra Ball. They have rare candy in their hand already. They already used up their Arven, so they can't boss our Mew EX. We should be safe. They'll only be getting 1 prize this turn. There's the Charizard EX. There's the rare candy. And they will evolve their active. And with that, that activates Infernal Rain ability, which allows them to search their deck for up to 3 basic fire energies and attach them to their Pokemon in any way they like. So now their active is fully charged. They also put 1 energy on their Charmeleon, and they put Pidgey on their bench. There's the knockout against our Gible. We lose 1 prize. And we're just gonna pivot our Mew EX in the active spot. We can freely retreat that. We got Avery. Okay, that's actually pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and evolve into Garchomp EX. Use Restart first before using Avery. We got a Nest Ball. Alright, cool. We can set up another basic here. I could probably just get another Gibble. As long as we don't get a lot of prizes, they shouldn't be able to knock out our Garchomp with a single hit with Charizard EX. So we're just gonna use Avery. They'll have to discard one of their Pokemon, and Jirachi was a good choice for sure. I will sacrifice both of these cards. I can just recover my boss orders later to get up a barrel. That way we can draw more cards this turn with Industrious Incisors. Alright, we got more energies. We can evolve into Sandaconda. Although, you could keep it a secret and prevent your opponent from knowing that you have that. But that's fine. Let me go ahead and actually use Escape Rope. Yeah, I thought so. Because we can't really knock it out. We're only dealing 160 damage. But still, that's something. Alright. I think I'm just going to attack here. Deal 160 damage. And then I guess I'll just accelerate one energy to Sandaconda. It's gonna be a while because we don't have a lot of energies in the discard pile just yet. I've experimented with a lot of combos with Sandaconda. I've tried it with Claydol, but that was a really tough setup. And I was thinking actually Garganacl, the one that accelerate energies, but a lot of stage 2s is just really inconsistent. Anyways, my opponent gets to evolve into another Charizard EX. They accelerate one energy to Rotom. They can now retreat it, but they're not gonna get a knockout against our Garchomp EX. They will once again use Arven, and this time they're just gonna get Super Rod. Alright, they're gonna retreat their Rotom V into Charizard EX, and they're gonna recover energies. Okay, Burning Darkness for 180 damage. So this Charizard EX can actually 2-hit knock us out. And I'll just recover... You know, I'll get Avery actually. And Boss's orders back with this Pal Pad. I can put one energy to Riolu. No, you know what? I'll attack with Garchomp EX. I think I'll just snipe that Rotom V. Wow, dude, we got a Lucario with Restart. Alright, let's go ahead and start charging up our Lucario. We have 5 energies in our deck. So, Lucario is really great here because once we attack, all those energies goes to the discard pile. And then we can recover them with Garchomp EX onto our Sandaconda, hopefully. So I'm just gonna Iona here. We got Path to the Peak, although I don't know if that's gonna be useful, but at least we can evolve into another Garchomp EX. And I mean, if I use Path to the Peak, it can stop Pidgeot EX from getting any card from their deck. But I think I'm just gonna attack here. I'll use Sonic Dive. I'll snipe Rotom V. I'll discard both of these energies, and at least we'll get 2 prizes here. At this point, my opponent will be dealing 200 plus damage with their Charizard EX. At least we're still safe. They still can't one-hit knock out our Garchomp EX. So we can attack with our next Garchomp and energize our benched Sandaconda and Lucario. They're also playing Radiant Charizard, which is pretty dangerous. 250 damage is really strong. They can still one-hit knock out our Mew EX, although they can do that with Charizard EX anyways. You can use Professor's Research, and they're going to use Collapse Stadium. I think I'm going to just discard Mew EX because that's a liability. They can one-hit knock it out. It is weak to Dark, and Charizard EX can just get an easy 2 prize for that. But either way, they will take a knockout against our Garchomp EX in the active. And we're just gonna continue on. So now with enough energies in the discard pile, we can actually accelerate them using Garchomp EX's attack. We have 2 energies. I mean, I could use Super Rod, but yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I'll recover a Gibble and Mew EX. I could copy their attack late game, so Mew EX could still be useful. Let me replace their stadium with Path to the Peak. We're going to use Roaring Resolve to continue to energize our Lucario. Slowly but surely, we're increasing our attack damage output. And let's go ahead and use Irida, Nest Ball, and Garchomp EX. We could set up another Garchomp EX line. And that 20 damage actually early on in the game really helped. Now we can two-shot this Charizard EX with our Garchomp EX. We got Avery from our Bibarel's draw, which is really good. And we're just going to use Hydro Lander, dealing 160 damage to their Charizard EX. And we're just going to accelerate these energies to our Sandaconda. So all we have to do now is just attach an energy to Sandaconda, and then we can shuffle one of their Pokemon back to the deck. We can knock out this active with our Garchomp EX. That'll get us 2 prizes. And of course, they can put their other Charizard EX in the active to attack, but then we can just shuffle it back with Sandaconda. Alright, they're going to replace our stadium with Lost City. So that Path to the Peak actually prevented that Luminion from using its ability, but they have a chance to use the Forest Seal Stone, and that's what they're going to do. They're probably going to evolve into Pidgeot EX, and there it is. Now it can use its ability. And they're going to use Iono. Okay. Alright, we got Boss's Orders. Okay. That's actually really good. That's actually really good. Alright. So what's going to happen here is... see, 9. Okay, this one has Charmeleon, this one does not. What I could do is even use TM Devolution to get rid of these. It'll be really tough for them to re-evolve their Pokemon again. Charizard EX are going to use Escape Rope. I have no choice but to sacrifice my Gibble, unfortunately. And they're going to put Charizard EX. Okay, this actually works out. This actually works out. Because now, if they can't set up another Charizard EX, we can use Sandaconda, and we can use its Sandstorm Spray to have them shuffle this Charizard EX back to the deck. And then we'll deal with the other Charizard EX with Garchomp. We're going to continue to energize our Lucario. We're going to attach this energy to Sandaconda. Not sure what for. So I'll just draw 2 cards here. More energies. Okay. They can try to set up another Charizard EX, but they'll have to start from scratch with Charmander. So I'll just go ahead and get these 2. That way I can discard these 2 energies. When we attack with Garchomp, we'll have more energies in the discard pile to accelerate onto our Pokemon. I'll get Squovit. And we're just gonna use Sandstorm Spray. Here it is! Yes! Sandstorm Spray! Back to the deck you go! So if our plan works out well, even if they knock out our Sandaconda here, we're gonna lose it though into the Lost Zone, but that's fine. They'll have to set up another Charizard EX. Alright, there's the Charmander. They're definitely working it out again. But if we can use Avery, they're just going to get rid of that Luminion V and Manaphy. Well, there goes another knockout. Because we've only taken 2 prizes, again, this Charizard EX will not be knocking out our Garchomp EX that easily. I'm gonna evolve into another Sandaconda in case we need to shuffle something else back to the deck. But we need to take care of this Charizard EX for sure. I need a TM evolution, devolution. I think that's the best. Ooh, we got Avery. Okay. Come on. There it is. Tactical Machine Devolution. I could Iono them. Dwindle their hand down to just one. I think I'll just do that. Let me go ahead and use Roaring Resolve first. Unless... Oh, I don't have any more energies in the deck. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We need to recover that. I think the best course of action here is just use Iono. Let me use this cape to add 100 HP to Lucario. Use Iono. So now they're only getting one card. And then what we're going to do is just devolve all of their stage 2s. Alright, that will devolve Pidgeot EX and this Charizard EX. And with enough damage, that actually gets us a prize. Knocking out this Charmander. And now, we know what's in their hand. They have a Charizard EX, a Pidgeot EX, and another card. And all they need is just rare candy. And they can just evolve into another Charizard EX. But if they don't have the card they need, they're not going to be able to evolve into anything. So that's Sandaconda, actually. Dude, they're just going to pass. They only need one prize, too. I'll just target this Radiant Charizard, because this is the most dangerous. They only need one more prize. This is the only one that can attack. If they cannot evolve into Charizard EX, they're pretty much trapped. So we're just gonna get our prizes slowly but surely. And we got Path to the Peak. So even if they evolve into Charizard EX, they can't accelerate those energies. So we got all the cards to trap them, dude. We got Mew EX. Let's see. Just gonna attack here. Hydrolander will deal 320 damage against this Radiant Charizard, and we're just gonna accelerate 4 energies to Sandaconda again. And we're gonna get a prize, so we need 2 more prizes. Now what's gonna happen here, if they evolve into Charizard EX, if they have Boss, we're gonna lose. They need to get rid of this Path to the Peak first though. But if they don't knock out our Garchomp EX, we could just use Sandaconda, shuffle their Charizard EX back to the deck, and they shouldn't be able to evolve into another Charizard EX. It'll take them 2 more turns to do that if they evolve slowly into Charmeleon. So let's see if my opponent can get out of this. But yeah, Sandaconda is actually a pretty good tech in this Garchomp EX build. This is the only effective way for me to set up Sandaconda for now. And they're just gonna pass. Alright. Slowly but surely, we're just gonna take out their Pokemon. Hydrolander, knocking out this Mew. Now, what I'm afraid of here though is that if they evolve into Charizard EX, and just as long as this Path to the Peak sticks, we should be fine. And Lucario should be able to deal a one-hit knockout against anything that gets in its way. So with 6 fighting energies, we can definitely deal a lot of damage. And there it is, there's the scoop! There you have it, guys. Sandaconda. And that's it for the video. Thank you all so much for watching the Popsicleknight channel, and until next time, please stay safe and have a great day.